traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies. We are back at it again today, seeing what's going to come out. I don't know about doing so many readings in one day. It's not really a problem, but I mean, it's just like, what other energy is really going to come out? But I'm just like, I'm doing reads this weekend. Like, maybe we need it. And I was going to say there's nothing channeled, but that's not true. But I don't know how any of this is relevant. I was just getting it as thoughts. And first of all, I saw an email from a meditation group that I sometimes participate in. Let me look under the deck here. Okay, the relevant cards are: listen to your intuition, let go, there's something better. So if something hasn't been working for a long time, or you feel like the vibes are off, pay attention to that, let it go so something new can come in. That will be harder if you have been doing whatever it is you're doing for a long time, or if whoever you're with, you've been with for a long time. So this email from the meditation group that I sometimes attend, like, this is a contemplative practice, and it's within a Christian frame, but these are very, very progressive Christians, okay? Not, you know. Yeah, it's looking like there's someone you need to just pull back your energy from and just be in your own vibe and let things take their course. So this email from the person who leads this group, it was about the fruits of the Spirit, right? And they mean the Holy Spirit. And the fruits of the Spirit, like when somebody is embodying the Holy Spirit trademark, okay? No one actually has a monopoly on that, but it's just the way that they're talking about a particular energy. The Holy Spirit trademark, you identify someone who is operating in this spirit by like peace, love, and joy, right? This is typically a calm person, a peaceful person, a compassionate person, and in general, a joyful person. And that's different than a happy person. A joyful person, to me, is someone who is genuinely appreciative of life, tends to see the beauty of it. Even when life is painful, there is beauty. So there's something about that, perhaps. And also, I was for some reason thinking about my experience working with nonprofits, and specifically nonprofits, and how that was, in general, not all of it, a very disheartening experience for me. As someone who wanted to move into a space where I thought, oh, well, this is the space where you do good for other people. And this is going to be a more wholesome, healthy space. It's going to be a lot different than this corporate capitalist. Let me just let you know now, and it's not all nonprofits, but it is a pattern. And from what I hear from other people who have worked in the nonprofit field more extensively than I have, this is a fairly common thing. A lot of those environments are far more toxic than like capitalist corporate environments. Like, they're blood sports, and they're blood sports specifically for the wealthy. And you're going to be run down and overworked and underpaid and also mistreated. I don't know why that may be important to say to somebody, or if it's even relevant for this read, but it is the truth. I don't know. That was something, like I was about to say, like nonprofit, something about helping people. It's something about helping people, starting something, being in compassion, but like finding out that there's greed at the top, something that you have to let go of. There's something better than this. There's a better way, there's a better method, like something. So we haven't even looked at the board yet, but, and I don't know, that thing about the Holy Spirit trademark, like, I don't care what branding someone puts out. I don't care if this has nothing to do with like charity or nonprofit work or anything like that. I don't care what someone says about themselves, what they're advertising. You're not going to know until you get in it with them. And that's when you really find out what the reality is. So let's see. And that really sucks, because it's like you'd really like to think that something or someone is as they advertise. A lot of the times it's just not the case. It's not the case. So the situation will improve. Yeah, when you pull back. And here's the situation improving likely. I've been getting this energy a lot. There's a particular situation or situations going on here, and it is going to manifest in a lot of different ways. But it's sort of like the situation can only change and evolve once you remove yourself from the board. You've got to withdraw your energy and just let whatever it is do what it's going to do. You need to release control, even energetically, for this to evolve or have the chance to evolve in a healthy way or in a way that you prefer. And that is the scary thing about letting something go and letting it do what it wants to do, is that is not guaranteed to you. Like, let's say it was a relationship, right? And you know, deep down, trust your intuition, that this person is thinking about leaving you or cheating on you or whatever. You know that the vibes are off, that they are somewhere else energetically, with someone else energetically, even if they haven't done anything. You need to step away from that person and let them do whatever it is that they're going to do. And sometimes that is like the wake-up call somebody needs to like get their head straight and get back into working on the relationship that they've committed to or that they already have. But sometimes what goes down is that that person does decide to leave. And you have to be okay with that either way. And the thing is, usually when that happens, when a person decides to like leave a person for like no good reason, right? You know, because they're bored or because they're projecting their problems on the other partner and they just think starting a new relationship is going to fix something that they actually need to fix within themselves. What the hell was I going to say about that? Usually when that happens, like if the person decides to leave and go be with another person or whatever, usually they discover that, you know, their problems weren't solved, that things are really no different with this other person. It might be for a very brief period when everything's like new and exciting, and then it's like same old shit, different day. And a lot of the times those people will realize that they actually had it better with their former person. And that's when they'll have their wake-up call. And then they'll try to come back. And depending on who you are, you're going to take that whatever way you're going to take that. For me, once someone makes the decision to move away from me, if I was going through that and someone actively left and got with another person, I don't care what realizations that they have come to in that time. That person is not like, they might be able to come back to me and like apologize or something, and I will like forgive them and stuff. But if someone believes that they are going to come back and they're like, oh, now that I've been with all these other people and I've run through them all and I've realized you were actually the best one, I want to come back. It's going to be a no from me, dog. And I mean, that might not be for you, because I'm seeing like the situation will improve. But I'm just saying, like, that's the, like, when you let someone go, there is no guarantee that they're going to do this. And you really, like, when you let that person go, just them having to think about that and work through that, like, you need to think about that. Is that the person that you want? And it might be that me saying that, like, even thinking about that, because people are who they are. And, like, no, I'm not saying no one is like this completely loyal individual, but I've actually never been through this, like with another person. Like, I've never been like, you know what? I think that things would be so much better over here. Like, I tend to work through my own stuff and not project it onto other people, but like, that's another story. So when someone is doing this to me, I just go, oh, I see we're having trouble making a decision. Allow me to make that decision for you. And if I am making that decision, the decision is made. And at that point, I don't care what realization somebody else is coming to. Y'all may be different, and you might not even have to go through any of that, but I'm just saying what gets hard about letting someone go is that process, that type of like trust fall thing, and whether you're willing to deal with it or not, and especially depending on the nature of the relationship. Because I can promise you, like, if I was married and had kids with somebody, my thought process might be a bit different if I was looking to maintain the integrity of the relationship for my children, okay? So it's something to think about. What's in this middle row? In the near future, we have someone looking like they're balancing themselves out here. And I'm not feeling that this is y'all. Yeah, okay. This is when you'll energetically step away from the situation, or in fact leave it entirely to let this person do whatever the shit it is that they are going to do or need to do. It is likely they will balance out their own energy and show up in materiality differently. Like, if this person was like wishy-washy in the past, indecisive, no discipline, no stick-to-itiveness, no backbone, this person will likely make some type of radical changes, and they're going to be very, very consistent, and they will be something that you can see very tangibly. It's not just going to be words, okay? It's going to be words coupled with action or just action, which that's fantastic. And so on this last column, we have meditation brings answers. And this is like we listen to, yeah, okay. We have the 9 of Swords here. What's this last one? And then this 2 of Swords. And this is what I'm talking about. I don't know that y'all are going to appreciate this. And I'm not saying it's not with good reason, right? Because if you had to go hermit on someone to get them to see you, you know, I don't know. Because, you know, just thinking about past stuff when I was younger, going through specific processes, I'm going to say just because I'm more heterocentric, so my relationships have been with cishet men. A big pattern across the board is a lot of the times men don't do anything until you've already completely left the situation. And then they want to do. And then they want to work after you're already gone. And that's a very, very sad thing. But to me, it's just like, that's why I don't, like, I just say, don't just move on. I'm not talking about you. I'm just like talking about this other person. It's just like maybe you learn something here. If you learn something here, take it forward and be active and present with it with the next person. Because having to do that with an individual, having to leave the situation entirely before they do thing 1, again, it's going to be a no for me, dog. Like, that situation's over. Like, I don't want to see the scrambling. I don't want to see the Hail Mary play. I don't want to see it. And I'm getting that from y'all. Like, this, like, I see your energy here in this hermit, and then it's sort of like, due to your non-action action, it prompts this person to do something. But then when they start doing it, it's just sort of like, I don't know that I want to deal with this. I don't know how I feel about that. And I mean, that's understandable if what I'm talking about is resonating with you. If you've had the experience or you're going through that experience, I think it's a valid way to feel. And what you decide to do is really going to depend on the nature of your relationship with this person. So like if this is something very serious and y'all do have kids, or this is a very long-term thing, that is going to be different from like, oh, you know, I've never been in a situationship in my freaking life. Okay, like I don't get any of that. Like I just don't. It's not my reality. So if this was something like that, like, or just like, oh, he's my boyfriend, like, I don't know. This doesn't strike me as boyfriend or situationship energy. Like, I don't know. Okay, what's going on with this? So yeah, after you pull away, that's when this person's ready to get emotionally available, ready to give to you materially. All right, what's going over here with this 8 of Pentacles? This person, whatever energy that they have been in with you, or in relationships in general, like it's, like, I don't know, what I feel like is it's almost like this person's like resentful of work that they have to do. Like they're looking at this work, they're like, and like, and I just, like, I don't want to, I don't know. But it's like, this would be why you had to walk away. This garbage. And it's looking like they're working on this now. But I mean, the more I see, the more I understand this last column of, I don't know that I want to deal with that. This is stressing me out. I don't know what to do. Is this just sort of this person doing something just to kind of get back in my good graces, and then they're just going to revert back to the way that they've always been, or that you have experienced of them thus far? I have the Hierophant on this. This is something, like this meditation brings answers. Like I'm still gonna pull, like I'm gonna try and get a couple of other cards on this, but at the moment what I'm getting is I might not be able to guide you in the situation. Like this is literally something that you're going to have to go to God with in however way that you would do that, like in your own way. The 3 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. This is about one more. Oh, yeah. This is about what you want to do. It's looking like some form of union or reunion, depending on what went on here, is very possible. But it's going to depend on you and what you decide. Like, I can't tell you. Obviously, I've told you, like, my feelings about some situations like this, or certain patterns that I've seen that I wouldn't entertain, but I am not you. And what I say about my experiences isn't necessarily like your own, which is why it's sort of like you are going to need to go to God about this and consider what's best for you. I don't know if I showed this last card. It was the Emperor. It's seems like this person, because this Emperor is like this King of Pentacles, this person who is working on like coming to some sort of balance. And what I'd say is it's likely that this person is aware of like where they've gone wrong with this, like with their like this stuff that they want to hold on to, or they have been holding on to, that it's just like there's some garbage here in this person's mentality, the way they communicate, the way they interact with people. And I want to say especially like partnerships like this, that is just, it's not going to work. It's just not. But it is likely, like this is two things. Like they understand what they've been holding on to that has been overburdening the relationship, but they also understand where they've been going wrong, and they're willing to do a lot of hard work to either maintain the relationship or to bring the relationship back together. It's just that this is not some fantasy scenario where someone's like, oh, I'm a completely different person now. Like I see the light and I'm just, you know, you're Prince Charming now. That's not what this is. Like this is somebody that you would have to be willing to work with. And I mean, they're willing to do that, but I mean, it's work. It's not like them just fixing everything magically and not ever having an issue or a problem again. And it's sort of like you really need to ask yourself, as you are getting counsel elsewhere, what it is that you are wanting to deal with or willing to deal with. And just my 2 cents. If you don't have any dependence, I'd really think about that. For true. So let's get outcome, best advice. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that energy. Let's see. Oh. Well, I'm going to clarify before I read this. It's exactly what I've said. It's exactly what I've said. I don't like, this is just sort of a reiteration of what is going to go on. And then you're going to have to decide the outcome, because I'm not going to be able to tell you that. But this is exactly what I've said it is. We've got the Lovers clarified by the Queen of Swords. You already know what's up, and I think you're done with whatever version of this that this is showing up as. Like, you are just saying, I'm out. Once you do that, once you leave, that is the wake-up call, Judgment. And what is clarifying Judgment? We have the Tower, we have the Star, and the Ten of Swords. It is likely Once you put an end to this, that is like the judgment, the wake-up call. You are ending this for your own personal healing. You need to be okay. You are ending it to be okay, but likely, like, I don't know if this person never thought you would do this, or they are very comfortable and taking the situation for granted, but once you drop that bomb, this person is going to be like, holy shit. And it's sort of like, I don't know, whatever little garbage, like this, that energy, that nasty little energy that they were in, it's like it all rebounds back onto them. It's like, if that's what you want, it's like the only reason why they're doing this is because you're available to do it too. Once you remove yourself from the situation, it's like all of that comes back at them. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna do it with someone else, to someone else. All right, like, I'm just like, I'm worth more. And I don't know that this person is expecting that. I also don't know that this person is very cognizant. Like, it's not like when people do this, it's like not like they're running around thinking, I'm intentionally going to do this to this person. It's usually very, very unconscious, and they don't understand that they're doing it. And even if they have like an inkling, it's sort of like, it's almost just like second nature to them. So they might not even get that they're doing it, even if you've said it to them, even if you said it to them very directly. Unless someone is given very, very serious consequences, they're not going to wake up. I'm about to sneeze. So you're going to give this person the consequence. Well, you're not giving this person consequences. It's just like, you need to do what's correct for you. And then here you are as the Empress. I'm good. I'm good over here. I'm healthy. I'm healing. I'm doing what's best for me. The second you get into that energy, here comes the apology. Here comes the, oh, I see. I see. I understand now. I see. I'm sorry. I'm willing to do the work. I'm going to come chase you. I'm willing to put in effort. And that's up to you. That's up to you what you do with that. I haven't seen any, well, there's one child here. I just asked in my mind, does this person have children? I got no yes, no yes, no yes. That means some of y'all have kids, some of y'all don't. So it just depends. It depends on the situation. I don't know. You look pretty good here. So, you know, that's what I said. When you're going to God, when you're doing your thinking, your meditation brings answers, whatever. What is allowing you to stay here? Because if you're in a really good partnership, you should be able to be here in the partnership for the most part. And if you're not, that should tell you something.